boy, our pants. Alrighty. Water is so good. The elixir of life. The human body is, 70% water?
70?
Yeah. 30% not.
No.
Minerals, stuff like that.
All mixed together.
Like the earth is. Just like the earth.
That's right.
We mirror the earth. And what we do to ourselves is going to mirror the experience that we have on this planet. It's a trip. Hi, Artie Pants. Why don't you go down? Why don't you go lay down, Slouchy? He's slouching today. He's having a slouchy day. This is new. When dogs get old, they evolve into new things. Huh. You okay? You happy? Why don't you go lay down? I said, Mom, tried and true, Mom. Want us to be by you, Mom. Okay. I'm going to do a talk on how I feel about things. Hi, my name's Marge. I'm a Hayoke empath. I just like having these little talks on how I feel about things. Life is hard. You can't keep stuff stuffed inside. You got to talk about them, get them out. When people stuff, I try to speak in general terms. But when I stuff it, I'll just speak for me. And if people can relate, booyah. Is that I found that when I keep things inside, I get angry and it builds up. And then that creates literal toxins in my body. And that is how people get sick. And that's how people get cancers and all kinds of stuff, right? Like, how many times have I hurt myself in my life because I've thrown a tantrum? Or I broke, you just gotta relinquish control sometimes. Anyway, Stanley's got Mom's chair. I wonder if old dog's Tucker just got out. I just got out of the shower, so they were all hanging out in the bedroom. So now they got to come back and get settled down into here. Anyway, actually, it's warmer where we are than a lot of places where people that we care about, where they live. It's very cold in a lot of places. A lot of people see cold the way cold impacts things. People just don't conceptually have like the brain power, I think my belief is the light switch was the beginning of dumbing down of society because it implemented instant gratification, expectations. When you flip light, flip switch light on, Good boy, Tuck. Go get the good spot. Good boy. Good dog. Good boy, old man. Come on, handsome. Good boy, Jumpy Hops. Good dog. You want the fan all to yourself? Good dog. And electronics don't do good in the cold. I was going down the little path of memory lane with Mr. Iskey. Because for 5 winters in Nebraska, and their winters, I remember negative 25, 35 wind chill. I think I think they're breaking records now. Is he going to go down or want to go up? I think he's going to go in the puppy kennel. Yep, he's going in. Yep, he's going in. He don't like the lights. Good boy, bud. It's like a bat cave for dogs in there. Anyway, but every winter it was a constant freaking nightmare of trying to keep equipment prepared because of the extreme temperatures. And batteries would drain so fast, like you could, it was just always, it was a constant rotation. We had to keep batteries in dry storage just so we could take them out and put them into the units to start the units. And it just, oh my gosh. And it's like, you know what, it's weird, Ma. It's like God gave me all of these life experiences early on, and now people are experiencing them now. Like if they haven't, they're gonna. You know what I mean? I always looked at life like, you know, before we come here, I think I was voluntold personally, but whatever. But like we pick our life experiences, you know, all the things that, all the karma that we want to resolve, all the thing. Okay, let's go ahead and knock this one out, because everybody's got to experience everything. I mean, we're all everybody at some point, as far as experientially and whatnot, you know, like. Who was it? I think it was Cliff High that said that once, if you incarnated as a male, you always I don't believe that to be true. But I don't always agree with everything everybody says. Go ahead, Benny, get a drink, bud. Go ahead, good dog. But yeah, electronics don't do good, and when the power goes out, how are you going to charge your car? You know, I mean, people don't take these things into consideration. I got one of my heroes in life was a little, well, not little. She's bigger than me. She's you know, she's an older woman. She's been through a lot of shit in the last 4 years, right? I mean, this woman. I mean, anybody that watches someone that they love, pretty much dissolve in a very freaking unpleasant way on this planet, you know. I mean, it's a shitty club, and she's become somewhat of a hero of mine. And no, Benny, we're not going outside. Go lay down next to Grandma. Come here. You were just out like right before I started my shower. So nice try, Bucko. And like this lady, you know, with all like, she just pushes through, right? She's learning what I had to learn at a very young age. It's like she has these lessons to learn, and she's learning them. You know it? Like she really, and she's doing a bang up job. She's doing a great job. She had a heck of a day. Is my understanding that like her car broke down in a parking lot. Is something the ignition. And I'm kind of curious as to like how because in a mechanical sense, like I'm curious, I got questions. Like, is the garage that the car is stored in, is it heated? Or is it just a garage that has like open air access to ambient air? I mean, because it's supposed to be a luxury apartment that the lady lives in. Frickin' she pays like frickin' an obnoxious, like it's highway. Real estate people are frickin' it's just robbery, dude. They gotta start dropping their shit, or their karma is just gonna be frickin' horrendous, man. It's just gonna be awful. Anyway, so good boy, Benny. Go ahead. Go up top. Good dog. But because I'm thinking like if it was like a warm, dry storage, you know, and it was just room temperature, and then hit negative 4 degrees, whatever the temperature was in Chicago when she went out and about for her appointment today. you know, and that like that makes condensation. Like warm plus freaking ice cold, that temperature difference immediately, that makes condensation, and then boom, ice, right? And then I was thinking maybe components in there got froze up because shit iced up. But the story continues. I don't know. I'm just so grateful that she got home after a very long day. You know what though? Like she handled it. That's what's cool is people can't handle things. She's 75 years old. Her car breaks down. She tries to call AAA. AAA is a nightmare because technology just doesn't work how people plan it out, you know? Like they can imagine like in a perfect world if I do this, that's not how it goes down in real life. So AAA was a no-go. After she was on hold 15 minutes, they hung up on her. And so she just called it in another tow truck to get it to the dealer, the shop, and they can take a look at it. And hopefully they gave her a courtesy car. That'd be cool, you know? I just am real grateful. But a lot of times people don't even try in life. You know what, Ma? I think about the situations that we've gone through, the long freaking days of getting home and crashing after a car breaking down and not knowing how we were going to get through this, right? Same thing with Dad. We didn't hang out with Dad much, but I remember one time in particular, it was me and him and Jerry and Christy. And maybe Christy was in another car or so. But my dad had like an old Chevy truck it was a Ford or a Chevy. I think it was a Chevy. I can't remember now. Anyway, and we were leaving people that he and my step monster, his wife, knew in San Jose, and we're going south through the mountains to head back down to Bakersfield where they lived, and we hit a freaking cow. We hit a I think that we hit a cow we for sure hit a cow, but the exhaust went into the tire. And so we were on the side of the interstate for quite some time. My dad was trying to figure out. I remember he had his belt off. He was trying to figure out how to pull off the exhaust from, I think, maybe. Was he very mechanically inclined? Huh? Was he? Or is he? Like, is he a problem solver? Like, I don't know if he is or not. I remember he had a Monte Carlo. I think it was like a 78 muscle car. And I think he worked on. I remember that revving that he revved that thing up. But another way that things are not good in the cold, metal, is that once it gets cold, it has a tendency to go snap. You know, and then put that on top of terribly maintained roadways. I live in New Mexico, northern New Mexico. The roads are awful. They don't maintain hardly jack shit. They maintain their paychecks and I'm sure the office furniture that they get to order. That's what's maintained. Because the maintenance don't go into freaking, like, after snowstorm, like removing shovel, like it's things that are safety, you know, things that are just every, like, and the people that own the businesses, you think they would be responsible, accountable for the sidewalk in front? Nope, nobody. Somebody else will do it. Everybody 90% of the people here have that. 80%, I just haven't found them. 75%, I gotta give people the benefit of the doubt. You know, there's a lot of people that just don't bother, don't care. Somebody else's problem. So I went up to the post office today to send some parcel, and I was there about 13 minutes. And I even looked at my phone and it said, like, when it goes from the locked. Where is it? There. I even saw that earlier. It says Martin Luther, right? And then I was like, all right, well, I said, well, if I'm going to go to the post office, I better go to the post office. So I go up there, I'm sitting there waiting for the lady. It's supposed to open up at 12:30. It's like 12:35. I said, well, I'll wait a couple more minutes. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. No, I even thought maybe I'll just drive into the one in town and check my mailbox. Haven't done it in a while. Go the back way. And then so I started on the road, and that's when it occurred to me that today was a holiday and that there will be no one at the postal office at the window to help me or anyone else. So, at least I got to warm up the car a little bit. I got the freaking Suburban, the battery on a charger in the mud room, so I don't have to worry about that or driving it every 3 days, or nothing until I fix that thermostat. Well, our cold snap is over here in Taos. Like for now, like we were supposed to have 30s for a few days, and then it was supposed to go up into the 40s, and then 50, right? Which a lot of the country is not having that same experience. But I looked, that was earlier today. That was what the consensus was, and then the consensus is now tomorrow it's supposed to be 34, and then boom, like we got a 40-degree trend. And not forecasted precipitation much to speak of at all. So, yay Taos! Other parts of the country are not faring very well. Sacramento, Redding, they're fine. They don't count. They're California. They got worse problems than the weather. Oh my gosh, I can't believe the nuttiness in which has ensued. And Jerry, just my brother, is like wrapped up into it. He's a lawyer for the state of California. And I'm glad that I'm not caught up in his shit. You know it? Like, of the absurdity. But, weather. Omaha's -3, Evanston's -1. We're not sitting too bad at 30. We're like in the middle. I like this windy app. That's cool. And you know what's weird? You know how I know that everybody on this planet is, even people that are living in the same house, we're all having an entirely different experience, huh, Ma? Right? From where you're sitting, you're living life different than I am, right? That's right. I found some poetry today that Mom wrote. Dang, she was pretty, the Warrior Woman or something like that. You remember writing it though, huh? You she was like, wow, you took really good care of that. Ma taught me how to take care of stuff because stuff lasts longer. So how I understand one of the affirmations that I've been given, that lots of people have different experiences, is that on social media, whether it be TikTok, where they're having live videos where people are live. Some people have, even on YouTube, they'll be sharing their weather experience where they're at. And it says live, right? Yet the map that they have is so substantially different than any map that I can come up with on here. Even within, like, if it's live, maybe it's even a 10-minute window, but it's like their storms aren't even in the same part of the country. And I had a weird time thing. A time thing. It was a weird glitch in the Marge tricks the other day is that I woke up. I want to know if other people are having stuff like this happen, because we're always having weird time. We ain't never gone by other people's time clock, so it's speeding up, slowing down, like it's does whatever. We're just along for the ride. Shit, come on. So when I wake up, and okay, what time is it? I just need, because I have to get up. I got little old dogs. And if it's like anytime around 5, anywhere between 5 and 5:30, I got to get up and let one of them out for sure, because he's got to go, and then he's got to take a pill an hour before he eats. And so, at least an hour before he eats. And so, I hit the clock, and it said 5:57, right? And I was like, oh, shoot. I'm late. I gotta get up. At the same time, I was like, oh, shoot, I got to sleep in. That was kind of cool, And so I got up expeditiously, and I freaking came out, came out, looked around the corner at the microwave that has a clock on it, and it said 3:57. And I was like, no. I know that said 5:57. I know it. My clock. And I was like, well, maybe the something happened in the middle of the night and the power tripped or something, and the clock is weird, And I looked at the other clock and it said 3:57. So I was like, no, they're both congruent. That can't be it. And I was like, okay, I just walked through a time portal. That's all. No big deal. This stuff is gonna happen more and more, The way I see the trajectory of how things are going to go is that a lot of us on this earth have experienced a lot of weird shit our whole lives. More and more people are just having their opportunity to experience weird shit. And because more people are going to experience it, it's like the more it's going to impact everybody. Kind of thing. Yep, that's how I see it. And the more people that start believing in stuff, because perception is reality. You get a big group of people that says, starts like, no, man, I don't know what you're talking about. The sky ain't blue. The sky is green. Before you know it, people are going to start believing the sky's green. Collective consciousness. It's easily influenced, too, where people start to see how easily influenced people. Look at the program of just holidays. I like that. I believe that idea that the holidays are just getting people to freaking suckerly freaking pay homage to a sin. The 7 holidays for the 7 sins. It makes sense to me. And look at all the people that buy into it. Gluttony, all of them. We ain't never really done holidays, though. We haven't lived that traditional life, that imposed life. I tried to go along with the Joneses. Have the wife in the white picket fence, and to do all, be like everybody else and meet him at the, I don't like doing the same shit all those people like doing. I remember, people look at me like I was crazy because I had turned down opportunities that were significant to them, and other people that they ran around with, they carried no significance with me. Husker games. I lived in Nebraska 15 years, never once went to a Husker game. All the times that I always found other things that were so much better to do than that kind than suck big red. Pay homage to a freaking false idol. The resources I think that are used to do that, it's more misappropriation of funds. It's just, abuse of power. It's all these, lineages. Don't you know who I am? I'm going to do what I want. Just keep building bigger and better stadiums and blah, blah, blah. There's better ways to create on this earth than to pay homage to false idols. So then somebody else gave me tickets, or said, "Hey Marge, you want to go to the conference football?" And I was like, the idea of driving to freaking Kansas City, Missouri, when the temperature's like single digits, to be around a bunch of people that are gonna be drunk. No. I don't care about none of that stupid stuff. And I think about all the money made behind the false idols and the merging of the false idols. And it's just when so many people are just like, I've been praying all day for people to just find shelter, and that they come across people to be the answered prayers that they need to help them get through this time. I'm gonna have my travel center one day. It's like more of a matter of when kind of thing, because I think it's important. Because I'm gonna do it, and then other people are gonna have their own versions of it. They're gonna get inspired by it. I'm gonna have a place where people can come hang out and unwind and, do laundry, take a hot shower. If your car is like breaks down, we'll have a place, a warm place indoors where people can perform the maintenance on their vehicles, a garage, You don't got the tools you need, that's cool. We'll figure it out. I want to help. I want to help make Taos a community of, that doesn't known for more than what I've known it to be in 3 years that we lived here. They don't give a shit about their animals, but it's changing. There is a rescue that they're changing things. It's, things ebb and flow. They can't get people to stay in positions, but things are changing. I got ideas about how we could they could employ people in the community to help take care and like catch and spay and neuter a lot of these dogs and cats that are in the local area. And then release them back into their habitat, and then have safety zones for them to go. Because they're part of their food chain here. It breaks my heart on the Taos missing pets. It's all the time. We haven't seen him I'm like, dude, I hope he comes back, because there's freaking lots of eating things out there. If people want a funny thread, oh yeah, there's a big old storm halfway across America right now. Not where I'm in. It's past us. There's a funny thread on it if people want. I don't know if you have to be local. A lot of these Taos pages. Do you live in Taos County? What do you want with this page? Tell them Not So Large Marge sent ya. Anyway, it's Taos County restaurant reviews at your own risk, right? And this dude posted this post, and he was just freaking livid because I'll just read it. Because this is what a mozzarella stick should look like. Okay? That. And this man This is what a mozzarella stick looks like. And that's what he said. This is what a mozzarella stick should look like when you crack the fucker open. Not a rock hard, solidified fucking stick of string cheese that you would give to a kid as a snack. I don't know where the fuck you all learned to cook from, but there's not one single fucking restaurant except Mondo Italiano in this entire fucking town where any of you ignorant assholes serve a fully cooked cheese stick. You all should be fucking disgusted with and ashamed of yourselves. Holy cheese sticks. And then people have such a cool sense of humor. And then the comments. It's the comment. You have most of the plastic people. I've been calling them plastics for a long time, but it's the comments is that what cracks me up. And then the moderator of the page made the cheese stick picture the banner. The banner of the group. So now it's cheese sticks on. And then a little while later, that was 4 hours ago, homeboy posted that. And then a couple hours after that, this this woman, I'd probably run out into her someplace. Where she had, for some reason, I can't explain it, but I have a serious craving for mozzarella sticks. Where's the best place in town to get them, and where's the worst place to avoid them? Oh my god, that's hilarious. People are saying Wisconsin. And then other people were like, I was just telling my husband, but they missed the point. The other is just funny. This is how I gotta stay entertained in winter. Huh, Ma? We do alright. But the people were mostly mad because of his cussing. But these other comments are pretty funny though. He has a point. It is okay. It's just take some pride and do it right, or go fuck up shit for someone else and let the people who do care and do it right take the wheel. I hear a lot of big talk from so-called chefs and cook in this town and have for years, but I can count on one hand those who can back up their bullshit. I concur, dude. That some do and then you always got the dumbass that says show me on a doll where the man hurt you. It's like, dude, that's not even that's the downfall of society. That's stupid. There's a lot of really dumb comments. I read these earlier, and I thought there were some that were really funny, but this is like, people are not clever, that's for sure. And then somebody else says, also, it's because this town will not let anything grow. We can't get any restaurants except for local owned, which half the time don't pan out and shut down within a year, or as mentioned, or ass. I don't know why Taos has become so against other places opening other than local owned. We had many chains, everything back in the day, and it did totally fine. We in fact had way more mom and pop when there was more chain stores. Half the people who say they're local owned have only been there for a very short amount of time and have no family ties to this town. Taos has turned very retarded on this. Even one of the most favorite. Whoa, I'm not reading all that. Because we had more money than they did. Food, the shopping, the basic living in this town for people who actually work, aren't trust fund babies or retirees or come from other states for only short periods of time, are definitely getting fed up with it. Everybody I know hates the way it is now and misses the way it used to be. People say Taos has grown, but the only growth I've seen is the amount of other people that have moved here from other places. When it comes to everything else, it is shrunk in half. Okay. See, this a lot of people are I'm glad that see that people are expressing their frustrations. Now what we need to do is give opportunity, but at least they're way more lenient here. I mean, you have people in Taos, in a lot of places, that you got people making like restaurant food in their kitchens, right? There's places here in Taos that they have community kitchens that you can pay to rent the space and then make your food, make your food and sell it. And the difference between all that and me is I want to go out there and bring my food to the world. I'm not going to charge people for it. Right? I'm not going to sell food. I don't sell stuff. If people want to pay me for whatever I offer, they are more than welcome to. That is not the expectation, If they appreciate it as an energetic exchange for what it's worth, people just paid me what they think I'm worth, but they think I'm worth nothing because evidently I'm a reflection of them and they don't have very high opinions of themselves. Like attract like, smart people, dumb people hate me. I'm trying to find smart people. It's really hard for me to connect with people. I've connected with some people on social media, But usually people are so caught up in what they're doing. They don't have any time for anybody's else and it's an imbalance in them. And then I don't bother because every time, this is how my mind works. It's like if it's constantly all the time me putting energy and effort into maintaining the happiness of the balance of this exchange of our relationship, whatever it is, and they don't ever do nothing, I don't have the energy the older I get. I got energy to help people achieve their lives. I'm not going to put more energy in doing their shit than they are either. Huh, baby girl? She says, yep. How you doing, Ma? You hungry? A little bit? Want to split a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Alright, sounds good. Yeah, we used to have to wrap batteries and towels and stuff, just stuff like that to keep them warm, dry stuff. People they just don't have any concept. They just think, oh, conceptually this item should work. It should work. Theoretically, a lot of things should be ways in which they aren't, and I would love to see little catios, enforced catios, where cats where it's known that highly populated areas of cats roam, where they can go and people can feed, be assigned to their own station and go out and feed them. make sure that the food's stocked and, like, you know, the entrance ways for them to get in aren't blocked off, and, you know, because there's a lot of freaking packs of dogs, coyote, there are all kinds of stuff out here, you know, that cause a lot of, you know, for critters. So, you know, I like to encourage people to do things like that at their home, too. I want to have a cat sanctuary one day. I think that'd be really cool. I can't do this stuff by myself, though. So I figure if it's going to happen, that universe, good old orderly direction is going to put me in line, a path with the people I need to know. And I can fund it with cookies. I need people that are good at like filling out paperwork and shit, doing the shit that I'm not willing to do, you know. So anyway, that's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out.